Hello everybody. Our subject today is fatty liver. Okay? What are we gonna do about fatty liver if we got diagnosed with fatty liver, and how we can understand, even if we did not go to doctor or if we did not get any diagnosis like that, how we can figure out if we have fatty liver disease and what can we do about it. Okay? So how can we get full energy capacity? How can we feel younger and full energetic? Okay. So and how can we detox fatty liver? Like, if our liver is full of toxins. So we're going to talk about those today. So quarter of the world population has fatty liver. In United States especially, I think it's like almost half. By 2030, they are thinking it's going to be half of the population will have fatty liver disease. Before 1980s, there was only one type of fatty liver disease, and that was alcoholic fatty liver disease. But right now, unfortunately, after 1980s, this non-alcoholic fatty liver disease has been on rise. And even the kids are getting this. Right now, this is not a disease of elderly. This is disease of youth, unfortunately. Because of, we're going to talk a little later, all because of this wrong food. Okay? So, where is this liver? Liver is on our right upper quadrant of our abdomen, tucked in normal situation, tucked in under this bottom right rib. But if it is inflamed, of course, it spills, it is larger, okay? But normally it's tucked in under right upper quadrant, under the rib. So what are the functions of liver? So liver is a detox organ. Eliminates the waste products like kidneys. So it makes the clotting factors, blood clotting factors. It makes the bile. It works with pancreas to regulate blood sugar and metabolism, and metabolizing all the nutrients too, vitamins, protein, the fat, all the nutrients get metabolized in liver. We cannot count the functions of the liver, just like very underrated organ. Even thyroid, you wouldn't think, right? This thyroid, what's got to do with the liver? Thyroid hormones, T4, get activated and become T3 in liver. 80%, 20% in kidneys, but majority is in liver. So if your liver is not working well, your thyroid is not going to function well. It's not a surprise. Okay? And like vitamin D too. Why are some people's vitamin D is not getting better? They are under the sun all the time. They are taking vitamin D pill because it's not turning to active form of vitamin D if liver is not functioning. So vitamin D is a hormone as well. So a lot of vitamins too. Zinc, copper, ADE vitamins, okay? So, but liver is such a forgiving organ. It can emerge from its ashes almost. Even if it has 1/4 capacity, only live cells, 25% of function, it can renew itself. We just need to help our liver. Okay? Eat good. Don't harm, don't drink alcohol. We're going to make our liver better, okay? Hopefully with today's training, if you have fatty liver, this is going to be past for you. Okay. So liver is a fat burning organ, and if it is sluggish, it's not doing its job. Okay, this is what we're getting from this. Okay, so if liver is stagnant, the bile ducts are sluggish and clogged, that's how gallbladder stones happen, and then people lose their gallbladders, and it's taken out with surgery. So what are the reasons for fatty liver? We said one of them is alcohol, the other one is non-alcohol, means metabolic. If a disease is coming from metabolic route, it means that it needs to go away with the metabolic route too. So there is no treatment for this. Okay, so we're trying to treat other metabolic diseases when they have medication, right? We're doing type 2 diabetes with medication, cholesterol, high blood pressure, but unfortunately with this one there is no treatment, there is no pill. Okay, so reason we say overconsumption of nutrients. Okay, like eating too much. Basically metabolic means eating too much. So insulin resistance, pre-diabetes, type 2 diabetes, obesity, high cholesterol, PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome, too much nicotine, too much fructose, sucrose. These are, stripped sugar. It's not like intact with the fiber. So that's why your body doesn't know what to do. It's just like cannot metabolize it, keeps storing as fat. Okay. Even the artificial sweeteners, even those are causing insulin resistance and causing fatty liver disease. So we cannot get away with it. Bad fats, trans fats, saturated fats cause obesity, and then of course what is the body going to do? Store it in the liver, right? Processed carbs, triglycerides, turns to triglycerides, right? That's why it gets stored in the liver. Okay. So I don't know if you guys know, there's this animal example I'm going to give you. Foie gras, like it's the geese or duck liver, very expensive French dish. It is banned in California because it is animal cruelty. So they force feed these ducks to make them fatty liver so that they can use that liver for this expensive dish. It's just like very fatty meal. So you see how we get fatty liver? It's the same, right? We force feed, we eat, never use the food we ate before the storage, and we still eating even though we stored a lot. So like in that animal example, we're just force feeding ourselves to get fatty liver. Okay, are there some medicines that cause this? Yes, some blood pressure medications, acetaminophen like Tylenol, antibiotics, hormone medications like birth control pills, for example, and some nanoplastics from packages, plastic packages, water bottles, for example, nanoplastic, microplastics, and from seawater, it's the chlorine and heavy metals. These are also accumulating in our liver and causing liver toxin. So how is this disease starting? This disease starts slowly, okay? That's why patients don't have any symptoms. We incidentally find, liver enzymes are high, or we did ultrasound for something else and then incidentally found that liver is fatty. Oh, I don't feel anything, they say. Yeah, all the metabolic diseases are like that because your body has a lot of buffer system. So that, you know, trying to fix itself. So until it's late, you don't really feel it. So when the patients come with the annual visits, I check ALT, AST, you know, this is the standard ALT, AST, alkaline phosphatase when we do comprehensive metabolic panel. So these are in it. So, but it's not always the marker. Like half of the patients who have like even cirrhosis, these enzymes may be normal. So we can't really go by these. So it's just the whole thing, okay? So if the morning sugars are high, you know, with people who have diabetes, if they are checking their sugars in the morning, if they are high, let's say all day long it's good, but just morning sugars are high, it's because of that. Okay, A1C, if it's over 5.5, it means that if there is insulin resistance, CRP, the inflammation marker, total cholesterol and bad cholesterol, LDL, if they are high, triglycerides are high, it means that your liver is fatty. Okay, so even the skinny people may have fatty liver disease. You know, there are these toffee, thin on the inside, you know, yeah, so toffee, you know, fat inside, thin outside, fat inside. So it means that these skinny fat people, unfortunately, they may have abdomen and then, you know, fatty liver. So that's why we check the, you know, waist size. So the symptoms, you know, it starts late. You know, what could be? Right upper quadrant pain. Basically, liver gets so inflamed. It's like balloon, we call it balloonizing. So balloon. So as I told, it was supposed to be tucked in under the rib, right? It's like gets larger and starts pressing on the nerve endings in that area, of course, start causing pain. And that pain sometimes radiates to the shoulder and to the back. Okay, so when patients come like that, we do liver ultrasound, the abdominal ultrasound. Okay, so you start feeling tired because you cannot metabolize the nutrients, right? You start feeling tired, and in the late stages, like skin gets yellowish and even the eyes, we can see that. If you have brain fog, if you have swelling in your feet, if your heels are cracked, if you have itching all the time, itchy skins because of the bilirubin content, skin problems, rash, for example, bad breath, and, you know, bad odor from your feet, constipation. These are can be the symptoms of fatty liver disease. How do we diagnose it? As I told you, sometimes we do incidental diagnosis. So we can do CT, you know, ultrasound, CT. In the late stages, sometimes they do biopsy, and sometimes they do fibroscan to understand the stages of that fibrosis. They may do those. But if you cannot do any of these things, you look at your tummy, it's big, more than 8 centimeters for women, more than 95 centimeters for men. It means that you have fatty liver. You have to work on it. You don't wait until you get your fibrosis or cirrhosis in your liver, right? So what's the treatment? End stage liver disease is, unfortunately, liver transplant. You're not gonna wait until you get liver transplant, right? There is no treatment. There is no medicine for it. As I told you, just the opposite. We cut all the medications because the liver is so overwhelmed, it cannot process anything. So that's why we just leave the liver alone, just water, liquid diet. Okay, so that's what we're doing right now here, right? You know, we're gonna do intermittent fasting and water fasting. to detox our liver and everything else too. Okay, so what can we do at home? As we say, weight loss. Okay, no surprise, right? It came from excess calories. It needs to go back with the calorie reduction. Yeah, we need to just lose the weight. Either you're going to eat completely plant-based, very natural, or you're going to do intermittent fasting. But even when you're doing intermittent fasting, on the days, on the hours you're eating, you need to eat healthy, because now you have fatty liver. If you didn't have, okay, you eat whatever you want on your eating days, eating hours. But right now, no, you have big responsibility. We have to melt this liver fat too. We have bigger fish to fry here, right? So, human body is amazing, okay? It can fix itself. You give one thing to this liver, it gives you 1,000 back. So please, your liver is struggling, help your liver if you have fatty liver disease. So even this fasting needs to be adjusted when you have fatty liver disease. Fasting over 20 hours works well for fatty liver disease, to melt this fat. Over 20 hours. Because glycogen stores emptied out after 16, 18 hours, we said, right? It could be even longer for these liver fat patients. So that's why more than 20 hours. So especially some days, if you can skip a day, it's even better. Deeper autophagy, deeper fat burning. Turn your liver to a fat burning machine again, okay? So keep fasting, keep doing healthy eating in your eating hours. Ramadan fasting works. This Ramadan is coming. If you want to do like dry fasting, because when you're doing dry fasting, not only for the nutrients, for also water, your body dips into the fat cells, because there are water molecules in the fat cells. To be able to extract water, your body is gonna burn 3 times more fat. So that's why you can take advantage of some dry fasting as well, if you want to do like faster fat burn. Even in your eating windows, at least 80-90% vegetables, okay, with plant-based diet. Avoid sugary drinks, no alcohol, no trans fat, no fried food, nothing processed, okay? Okay, so on the days you're eating, try to do at least 2 meals, because we want to make sure you're guaranteeing these at least 9-10 cups of vegetables, okay? So there are these vegetables we want you to consume, okay? How are you going to detox yourself? So we're talking about detox right now. How we can get rid of the fatty liver and also detox, right? Sluggish. So even if you don't have fatty liver and you want to clean your liver, this is what you're going to do. A lot of water and cruciferous vegetables. What are those cruciferous vegetables? You can Google it if you want. You know, you can see the full list. I may forget some here. Those cruciferous vegetables, as you all know, broccoli, kale. I don't know, kale in Turkey is like, I guess, all the chards or all the dark leafy green vegetables. You can do like spinach. Spinach is not exact cruciferous, but it can be used. So all the cabbages, arugula, because of the bitter taste. These vegetables work because they are bitter. So that's how liver detox itself. Especially, you know, all these radishes and things, Brussels sprouts. Okay, we said, what else did we say? Cauliflower, yeah, all those. But especially cabbage. Cabbage has glutamine. Glutamine helps with glutathione. Glutathione is this expensive infusion in these, concierge places. They inject it to you for the longevity, for, rejuvenation. It's a big thing right now. It's the glutathione injections for the celebrities and things. And you can literally have it produced in your own liver with, cabbage, right? And, some other vegetables now, I'm going to talk about those too. Like, for example, what's that? Dandelion roots, right? Dandelions. And artichoke leaves and artichoke itself. Okay, beets. Allium group of vegetables, for example, all those garlic, onion, chives, and even apple. Apple has quercetin as well. They all help with glutathione production. All the berries with dark, bright red color, berries, pomegranate, okay, olives, okay. So, but the main thing right now, when we send the patients to a liver doctor, like hepatology, we call it specialist, they start the patient on milk thistle. Okay, so milk thistle is very well known. It's been used over like thousands of years. Okay, milk thistle is very well known. Okay, you can take your milk thistle, no problem with that, but just milk thistle is not going to solve your problem. Okay, if you're eating all those bad food, drinking your alcohol, soda, and eating all this processed food, milk thistle is not going to do magic for you. Okay, take your milk thistle, but eat healthy as well. Okay, so what else? So ginger, turmeric, you can do those shots if you want. Lemon, if you want to do orange peel, lemon peel, those work too. Apple cider vinegar if you want. Multiple times if you can dilute it and drink it. It helps with insulin resistance too. So omega-3s, okay, flax or chia seeds, okay. You can do beet juice. Coffee, this controversial coffee, proven many times in the studies that 2-3 cups of coffee, because of the chlorogenic content, it helps. But we're not adding any milk to this coffee. Otherwise, it undoes the good effect. So don't start drinking coffee if you are not a coffee drinker. I'm not saying that, okay? We're not saying that. If your heart cannot handle, for example, it gives you palpitations, no, we don't want to ruin your heart while we're trying to make your liver better, okay? So it's just shown it in the studies. But if you're a coffee drinker, it's a good news, so you can't you can't lose that. Okay, so green tea is good, nettle tea is good. Very well known, these are studies show that. And then, okay, selenium, you can take all the vitamins, because as we said, vitamin metabolism is wrong. It gets broken, sluggish, so we cannot process the vitamins very well. That's why take multivitamin. If you have fatty liver disease, it's important. We say, vitamin D conversion is not there. So take vitamin D, take all the vitamins, multivitamins without iron in it, okay? No iron. We don't want iron overload. Okay, so how are you going to eat all these 9-10 cups of vegetables, right? All day long. If you have time, all day long, just chew those, okay? But what I do, I put them in blender. I make them liquid. So that's what works for me. I take it to work. I don't worry about it, I can still see my patients and keep sipping that. So 3/4 of the blender, these cruciferous vegetables. On top of it, I put my flaxseed. 4-5 tablespoon flaxseed. I put all these berries, all these fruits I mentioned, you know, dark leafy, dark color, bright color, all those fruits on it. Any fruit is fine. Okay, I put ice cubes on it, and then to the level of vegetables, I put either unsweetened cranberry juice or unsweetened dark cherry juice, or you can do almond milk. Any nut milk is okay. You can even put water and then blend it. It's just like, try to do it every day. From one whole blender, I can make two, because, you know, I pack the vegetables very good. So I can make two, like for 2 days. So if you can consume it in 2 days, it's still fine. So I try to do it almost every day. Okay. So this way, you're not just only going to clean your liver, you're going to clean whole your body, and you're going to feed yourself at a cellular level. Just do this for yourself. At least every other day, okay, on your eating days. Exercise. Exercise helps, of course. 2.5 hours of exercise is proven that it helps with liver fat reduction. But again, exercise cannot do anything by itself. Sometimes, you know, just because we exercise, we just eat more. So please beware that diet is the key here. Remember, the gold standard is weight loss. Okay, so there are some other detox methods, like some essential oils you can put in your water, or, you know, I don't know, some of them maybe you rub over your tummy. I hear that too. So if you're interested in those, you know, we have a specialist in the group, Dr. Tina, Ayşegül, they can give you some information on that one, which essential oils work. You know, you can make it your daily routine, put in your water, little drops, and it tastes good too. You make the water taste good. So if you're interested in those, you can always write, and we can give you information on that one. Okay. Okay, as we said, we're not gonna drink these sodas, alcohol, any sugary beverages. Okay, so we're going to eat healthy vegetables, at least 10 cups of vegetables, we said, right? So let's make our liver pure, like baby liver. Avoid this fatty liver. This fatty liver may turn to cirrhosis and liver transplant. Let's turn from the damage. Let's fix this liver altogether, okay? Don't trust this medical system. They give you appointment like months later anyway. So you have to take care of your own health in your own hands, okay? Be your own doctor, okay? Don't expect everything from the medical system. It's just very overloaded. So, because there is no treatment anyway, what can they do for you? Nothing. They just give you milk thistle. I told you that already. Okay, so let's finish off now. If you have questions, write to me. I always answer. Okay, so tomorrow is the big day. Okay, so we will be halfway with our first step of intermittent fasting challenge. We're ending in February 3rd. That's the first step, 28 days. But tomorrow is the 2-week mark. So I'm expecting everybody to lose at least 2 kilos, like 4 pounds. Okay. So, and hopefully your waist size is getting smaller as well towards our goal. So if you were not able to lose any weight, so I asked people to let me know last week too, but nobody said, so it looks like everybody's losing their weight very good. So, okay, contact me if you're not losing. I think one person said that she lost only 1.5 kilo or something. Yeah, the reason maybe some people need to do deeper fasting. As I told you, if your weight loss is not going fast enough, you need to deepen your fast. Not every day. 3 days a week, for example, do deeper. And when you get used to it, maybe even skip the day. Okay, that's what I do. I don't have weight problem. I don't have any of these health problems anymore. You know, I defeated my diabetes 15 years ago, but I still do fasting, okay? I share with you guys. Mondays and Fridays, I don't eat at all, okay? So when you get used to it, you'll do that too. So shrink that liver fat, okay? So, and, you know, when you, even if you don't have fatty liver disease, you know, glycogen stores need to completely depleted before you start burning fat. For some people, probably it's taking longer time. That's why, you know, we wanted to extend fast some days. Okay. Okay, finishing off right now. If you have questions, I'll answer. I'm waiting for your good news. Please write down. I have 30 people in my list. I'm expecting you to write your results tomorrow. After you weigh yourself and you measure yourself fasting before you eat anything early in the morning, okay? Yeah. Okay, bye now, everybody. Have a good week. Write your questions, and I'll see you again next week. I'm going to talk about either more on this subject if some people want, or we can go switch subjects. You know, there are some other questions, other subjects some people requested, so I may prepare on those too. Okay, I'll let you know. Bye now. Bye. Have a good week, everybody. Bye.